So today I'm going to discuss 3 new passports, very exotic, very interesting passports. But before we jump into this topic, here is some news brief.
Our land disappears, we have no choice but to become the world's first digital nation.
Alright, so what's happening is Tuvalu is going underwater, so they're looking to establish a digital statehood. If you haven't checked out my previous video on Tuvalu, you can return and check this link. But it's very unfortunate that this is happening. That's the unfortunate part, but the good thing is that they're looking to establishing that all-important digital statehood, which is similar to the Republic of Crynesia. If you haven't checked out my video on the Republic of Crynesia, you can return and hop onto this link. All right, the second article is about Liberland. Very interesting. Liberland already had recognition from 3 important countries, which is Haiti, Malawi, and Colombia. Colombia is particularly very interesting because actually people go there and establish residencies. So imagine the possibilities of establishing a residency using a Liberland passport. Again, that is a developing story, but the latest breakthrough is that Liberland has gotten recognition also from Ghana. Now, Ghana is a very interesting option because it's in the Africas, so they have a foothold in Africa now, which is very, very interesting. Anyways, now let's get to this topic, which is 3 interesting passports or 3 new passports. The first one on my list is the Sovereign Military Order of Malta. The reason why this is a very exciting and an interesting passport is because this is a great example of a nation that does not have land. So you have a country with a real passport, with real access, UN recognized, and it doesn't even have its own land. It rents its land from other places. Now, if you haven't checked out my previous video on this topic, you can return and check this link. It's a very interesting one. The concept is very interesting. So that's the first passport. It has access to 107 countries, which is staggering and phenomenal for a country that does not own its own land. The second on my list is the country of Liberland. And Liberland is a very interesting one. I have had previous videos on this topic. I have personally reached out to Wheat, the president of Liberland. I have heard back, but I'm yet to get answers to some of my questions and make a follow-up video on that. So stay tuned and make sure you're subbed so you get all the information. It now has recognition from Ghana, which is super interesting. Ghana is in the Africas, and having the foothold in Africa is pretty phenomenal for a country like Liberland. So its passport is gaining some momentum, which is always a good thing. The number 3 on my list is Republic of Crynesia. The Republic of Crynesia is a very different country. Now, as I have discussed with Tuvalu, where Tuvalu is trying to establish a digital statehood, a Republic of Crynesia is based on the digital statehood framework. The technologies that are at play are blockchain-based e-governance, metaverse-based administration. Now, if you haven't checked out my video on the use of the metaverse technology in country governance, you can return and take a look at this video. Very interesting concept. So now let's get to the passport of Republic of Crynesia. The first copy of this passport has been issued, so very interesting prospects. Again, it's a very developing story. There's going to be a lot more content and a lot more developments that I'll be covering on this topic, so make sure you're sub. So those were the 3 new passports. Catch you in the next one.